If you want to hear all about this new McCall's patterns for spring, summer, then please stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in today, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hopefully you received the notification about this video. I have to admit, I did something I have never done before. If you follow my channel, many of you that follow the channel and look forward to my videos, you saw the video that went up on Wednesday. However, some way, somehow, I accidentally turned off the notifications that you would normally receive when I upload a video. Actually, you know, when you're uploading, YouTubers know what I'm talking about. I accidentally uncheck the box. Normally it's always checked so you get the notifications and all that other different stuff, and if you're subscribed, blah blah blah, if you've hit the bell, you will get the notification. But I accidentally on my end turn that off, and the only way I know I did that is because usually I try to check comments or whatever within a couple days after a video go up, and I remember looking and saw my video didn't have any views, and I was thinking, uh-oh, did I not make this video live? Is it not public? And then I went and looked, and I'm just confused, and I'm like, it's public. What did I do? I knew something. I knew something I did. And then something told me just to check. Did you accidentally unclick notify subscribers? And sure enough, you all wouldn't have seen the review for look number 5 I just put up on Wednesday. Many of you would have missed it. And so go back and check out that video. It's a whole review. The look that I did with the Gia circle skirt, it's in purple. It's a really good review. So if you did miss it and have not caught that video, please go back and watch that video. So sorry, I apologize for those who might have been looking out for it and think that I just didn't upload a video on Wednesday. I did. I just forgot to somehow I unchecked notify subscribers, and then the only way that I could notify the subscribers was taking the whole video down, deleting it, and then re-uploading and doing all that. And I'm not doing all of that just so the notification can go out. No, I'm telling you now, go back and watch that video from Wednesday. But thank you everybody for tuning in today. I do have a quick review for you today. This is a McCall's pattern. Now this is I'll pop up the pattern here, but I am doing this video and pattern in collaboration with Minerva.com. As you all know, I am a Minerva brand ambassador, and typically I have fabric. There's something I make in a fabric that I receive from Minerva, and then there's a blog post and everything. This time it's just me sharing a make based off of McCall's 7402. So there is in this month, I don't think I saw anything about prizes. If I did, I'll notate it on the screen and put it in the description box below. But I will link to Minerva, of course, where you would normally see my blog post, but Minerva.com, as well as their Instagram, so you can kind of see what people are posting, because they typically repost in their stories and different things of that nature. And so there was a call out for brand ambassadors to help promote McCall's patterns in the month of March. That's their sewing challenge for the month, is to sew something from a McCall's patterns. And so I was sent this pattern, so I did not pay for this pattern. I was sent this pattern by Minerva, McCall 7402. And for anybody who follows the channel, you all know I absolutely love dresses like this. I know many of you like the form fitting and different looks, but I really do like the flowy things, because this is the type of thing I would just throw on running to the grocery store, running errands or whatever, different things like that. And what I am wearing today, actually, before I forget, I can actually still wear this. And I tell you why I can still wear it. This is the Closet Core, now they're Closet Core Patterns. Closet Core Patterns, the Charlie Caftan. And if you all remember, I've had this for 3 years now. So, you know, the sizing is big. It's definitely big. Lots of room. But because the tie, I'm able to keep pulling this around and adjusting it so I can still get away with wearing it, and it still has the pockets. So yeah, you can definitely still get this pattern from Closet Core. The fabric is a cotton lawn. Actually, I had purchased from Fabric Mart. If I made this 3 years ago, it was probably 4 years ago that I purchased this fabric. So yeah, I know that's no longer available. But let's go ahead and get into this McCall's pattern. So I love these type of just flowy, easy throw on type dresses. What I like about it is because it has the handkerchief hem as opposed to just straight across or an A-line that might flow out just a little bit, but it has the handkerchief. Now the thing about this is, and I'll tell you where I got this fabric from. The thing about this pattern is, I will show you in the clip, I actually had to get on the floor. I have the old school, the cardboard cutting mat, and so I couldn't use my rotary cutter, which I'm not good at cutting out patterns fabric with scissors. I love my rotary cutter, and so when I had to get on the floor and I was cutting so slow because I wanted straight lines and everything, I didn't want jagged edges, especially where I knew the hem was gonna hit. But let me show you this clip of how it looked spread out on the floor. And this fabric, the fabric is 60 inches wide. I'll tell you where I got it from in just a moment. But you have to cut the pieces one piece at a time. You cannot fold it up because the pattern pieces for this, it's only 4 pattern pieces. You have the front, you have the back, and you sew the front. There's a center front seam and a center back seam, and it's because that handkerchief bottom is so wide you cannot cut it out on even a 60-inch wide fabric. It goes well past that. So even in the instructions, the layout, it tells you, you know, it shows you, you have to unfold this, you have to have a single layer and just cut it one piece at a time. So making sure I flip the pattern piece over and all of that, I didn't make a mistake that way. So but yeah, so it's going to take up a lot of fabric. Like I said, this fabric actually came from Nicole Elise Textiles. If you all recall, she was actually one of our sponsors for BHM Pattern Designers, and I purchased this. If you all, you probably don't remember my haul. I purchased this last summer, probably around this time. And so she doesn't have this anymore, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I love all these colors in here, the orange, the pinks. You do have a little purple, but to me it just speaks a lot of orange, and pink is what stands out for me with this, and I absolutely love it. Now here's the thing, the reason, because I was trying to figure out what to make with this fabric, because this is a polyester based knit, and you all know me and polyester knit, I do not want to catch fire on the street because it'd be hot here in Texas. So I figured something, I always knew something swishy, and I love this fabric so much, that's why I purchased it, right? And so I knew something like this that had the handkerchief bottom, and it's nice and flowy, and it can be very long, because again, if you all don't know, I'm trying to really strategically use up my fabric, and not have anything really left over. I do have just a little bit left over. You cannot tell in any of the pictures. You won't be able to tell even me holding this up. The back piece, one of the back pieces, this was 6 yards of fabric, but, or was it 4? I'm sorry, it was 6 yards of fabric, but when I went to cut out the second back piece, there wasn't enough fabric, so I had to cut on the cross grain. The remainder was about 5-6 inches. I had to cut off on the cross grain to complete the bottom of the one bottom piece. But I mean, you can't even tell where I did that. You can't tell in pictures. So so that it still worked out. So yeah, that's the thing. You need a lot of fabric for this pattern. Definitely, it tells you on the back you need. And I cut out, just so you all know, the packet I have is a size large through a XXL. I cut out the large because I knew it was going to be flowy. I knew it was going to be a lot of room in it, so I cut out the large. And for the large, and I did view D, and the large you need 5 yards. Yeah, you need 5 yards. Well, technically 5 1/4. So you do need a lot of fabric for that, so be prepared and for that if you decide to sew that up. What I found interesting about this view A, because you can sew this pattern up in a woven or a knit, and so view A calls for it to be fully lined. And so I don't, because it says gauze, batik, crepe, cotton knits. View A, it says shears, voile, burnouts, different things of that nature, or cotton lawn. I don't know that I would line this. That just seemed like way too much fabric, unless you want it fully lined. Now the thing was, with this, with the view I did, view D, it does have facing pieces, and I usually don't like doing facings with knit, especially knits like this. So I ended up, because you do have the seams in the front and in the back and the sides, I did tack down the knit, the facing. I do have my heat bond. I went to Joann's and got my heat bond, but because knit to me moves, and I didn't want to do the heat bond and it looked like it's bunching up in a certain area or whatever, so I did go ahead and hand tack it all down, the facings all down. But I think in the future, I think I just rather do binding around the armholes, around the neckline, because I just feel like that's just too much fabric in there. I don't know that I like that so much. Outside of that, super easy make. You do have a clean finish on the arms, on the shoulder seams, because you once you, the way you sew them together, you end up putting them right sides together and you end up closing it on the outside, and you're supposed to slip stitch. I didn't do that. I just sewed with my machine because I didn't necessarily care about that. Oh, I did put, of course, my label in there. You all know these are available on my website. And I did not hem it at all. I left the edges raw because I was very good about cutting straight. But this is a lot of hem. Just like, I believe it was my Helen's Closet, the tank, the free pattern that I lengthened into a dress, I didn't hem that either. Those long knit, wide circumference hems, I don't bother hemming, because that's a lot to hem. So it's raw. It's not gonna, you know, this is knit, so it's not gonna fray or anything. Let me see if I can show you. So yeah, I did a really good job of cutting it real clean at the bottom, which I was surprised, because I don't like cutting out fabric. I rather use a rotary cutter as opposed to scissors, I should say that. It didn't take me no more than about an hour and a half, because again, it's just center seam, center back seam, put them together at the shoulders, you sewing up the side seams, and then you adding the facing. That's it. And so really easy. I have no notes about anything special about this. I will most certainly do it again, and I can see me doing a shorter version. This version, because I wanted to use as much of this fabric as I could, I chose the longer version. So you will see in the pictures and in the video how it drapes on me. I'm 5'7", and so my full bust is 44, waist is 38, hip is 45. Did I write that down? I believe 45. So just so you know, for reference, my height and my measurements and why I went with the size large, but also because there's a lot of ease in this dress. It's meant to be loose and floating. They do have a really, for you jumpsuit ladies, view, I'm sorry, I sold view B, but view D is a jumpsuit. So I might have been saying that I sold view D. I did not. I did view B. But view D is a jumpsuit. So for those who like jumpsuits and you like dresses like this pattern actually has both in it. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have. That's my review for this. I love this so much. Perfect. And because you guys, it's getting hot here, I'm ready for spring and summer. I'm ready for all the spring and summer sewing. So make sure you do stay tuned, because I will have a haul coming up on Wednesday, fabric haul, and I got a couple patterns. So make sure you stay tuned for Wednesday's video for that. And then after that, you'll see me wrapping up my fall winter mood board. I only have 2 more looks to do, and then I am going to hold off on doing the coats until fall winter later this year. So yeah, I'm ready to jump in and get on to my spring summer mood board and other things I'm excited to sew about. So if you have not subscribed, and I promise I will try my best not to make that mistake again and not notify you, but if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell. And I thank you everybody for tuning in today. If you have any questions, I will leave a link to Minerva, of course, where you can pick up this pattern. Obviously you can also pick it up here in the States as well, but at Joann's, McCall's, there actually was just a McCall's pattern sale at Joann's. I missed it. I was intending to go, but I don't need to. But anyway, so make sure, sorry, I am losing lighting as well, but make sure you check the description box for links to everything. The fabric, unfortunately, is not available anymore, but I will still link to Nicola Lee's shop. She has beautiful fabric, so I will definitely still link her shop down below. But if you have any questions, do let me know. But I thank you everybody for tuning in today. Again, stay tuned for Wednesday. I have a little bit of a haul. I haven't done a fabric or pattern haul in a very long time on purpose. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. You all have a blessed start to your week, and we will see you on Wednesday. Bye.